Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Your friendly neighborhood Steve coming to you live from my front yard in somewhere in deep dark Alaska. I wanted to introduce to you our new favorite sport, hobby, whatever you want to call it. This is what Miss Sherilyn do and I do at least twice a week. We go out and shoot archery. And you can't see it right now. She's wearing a Screaming Eagle archery shirt. And that's where we go. We just got back where we're shooting very well now. We've been shooting for solid month, so a year and a half, a solid year and a half.
I've had my bow 8 months.
And I've been shooting 8 months-ish before that. So year and change, solid year and change. We've gone through classes. We're getting better at what we're doing. This is my target bow. There's a rod sticking out here. What the rod does is it's supposed to stabilize. Once you're getting in a shooting position, it's supposed to stabilize your bow, keep your bow balanced. You can put another rod on the back so it kind of stables up, makes it more stable back and front. That's what that rod's for. This is a magnifier. This up here is a light that as we look further inside, we'll check it out in a second. But this is a magnifier. This little gauge right here makes the head go left and right. This gauge right here makes it go up and down. This is a target bow, and I know that for a fact because A, they told me it's a target bow, and B, it's longer from cam to cam than my hunting bow. What that does is it's more forgiving, and it's really hard to explain what more forgiving means. But if you ever pull back a target bow versus a hunting bow, you can see that you can feel the difference between the two. A hunting bow is whatever pound you have it set at, it's hard, then it lets off. A target bow is kind of easy all the way through, so it's a lot easier to handle. And the reason why is because they want the target shooters to be able to concisely and precisely shoot the same arrow time after time again. And when you're hunting, you get maybe 1 or 2 arrows off, then you got your deer, moose, or whatever you're shooting. So it's not really hunting bow is not really made to be consecutive after time after time. This string right here, as you pull back, this string lifts up the fall away rest. The fall away rest pops up. Again, as you pull this back, the arrow sits on top of that, and when you let it go, when you let the string go, the fall away rest falls down, and the arrow goes through your bow without touching anything. Less things to touch, less time it has to deviate from its set course. Miss Cheryl used to have what was it called?
Whisker.
A biscuit whisker. It has a half moon shape, and you put the arrow through the furry, if you will, and the little furry part keeps that arrow in place. But as the fletchlings go through that little furry part, it may throw that bow off or it may slow it down. So I got her a fall away rest for her bow too. These are the stands. You undo these, and if you're going to go shoot, you can put the stands down, lay the bow down. Of course, it's going to lay on top of the cam, but maybe it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. So this is my bow. And let's look down the barrel of this. I don't know if you can see it or not. This is a single pin. You can get them with different number pins. This happens to be a single pin. And if you go to the right just a little bit, you can see where the tape is. I have painter's tape on my limb of my bow, and each one of these represents a distance. Say I want to shoot 40 yards, my tape here will be set at 54. Just turn this to 54, lock it in, and I can shoot at 40 yards. I can shoot up to 60 yards with this bow. I could probably shoot longer than that, but I've Everything's been tuned out to be at least 60 yards. I could probably, what they call stacking pins. We won't get into that because that's kind of, this is just elementary stuff. Stacking pins is more middle school, high school kind of thing, and we can get to that later. Michelle Ann picked this up, and it's considerably heavier than her bow, but just like a heavy, just like a revolver or a semi-automatic pistol, when the bow or the gun is heavier, it'll absorb all that shock. It's the same thing with this. I don't feel it when it goes off. Did you hear anything when I shoot it?
No.
It's pretty silent. It didn't come with any kind of hand grip on this, so I wrapped it with some tape. This is more custom than anything else. They kind of let your arm know to stay straight with the weapon, but you can shoot it without this. I like it because it's just a different way to hold it, make sure it's secure on your person. All right, let me put this down. Pause that for a second. And we're back. These, what some people will call line cutters. This is strictly an indoor arrow when there's no wind. There's nothing going to move this as it's flying down the range.
I was trying to show the thickness.
Oh. And the reason why they're called line cutters is when you fire this and it hits the target, if you hit a line any place on the target, you get that higher score, if you will. So in theory, the thicker the arrow is, the more chance you can be able to hit that line on whatever it is. This is what Michelle shoots. And I shoot the same diameter arrow when I'm not shooting the big fat tree trunks down range. But her arrows are built for her. These are 500s, and I'd have to get something a different strength to put through my target bow, because my target bow, after a couple of shots through my target bow, it would shatter this because the spine is not as strong as it needs to be going through my target bow. That bow is set at 50. My hunting bow is at 55. Michelle's at 45. We have two recurves. I have a 50 and she has a 45. So we have a plethora of bows. My top is at 55 right now. I was out of the game for 2 months, at least 2 months, and I'm getting back into that. This is a release. If you pause that. And this is my release. If you notice, it has just like a little hook on it. When you shoot it, let me readjust my hand. Hold on. When you shoot it, you pull the trigger, and that releases that, and it pulls that up to release the bow. You have to reset it each time. Pull the trigger, that releases the arrow, and you have to reset it. Michelle has one that has pincers on it. I have one for my hunting bow that has kind of like pincers too, but kind of not. There's different kinds. There's different kinds of releases. We have a wrist release because I just like to have just like knowing that that firm foundation of a release versus a hand release, which if you let it go, then you let go of your arrow, let go of your bow. And there's hand releases that are thumb release. There's hinge releases that when you do this, it'll release the arrow. I don't like those. I just can't figure them out. I'm more of a gun guy, so this is my trigger release. If you guys have any questions on bows or arrows or anything like that, I'll try to get any answer I can. Sherilyn, you have fun doing this?
Yes.
And after we came back from my little 2-month hiatus, I think we're doing better now.
Yes.
I've reached my goal and exceeded my goal, and I'm still getting better every day.
Yes.
If you guys ever want to do some good shooting, go to Screaming Eagle in Wasilla. They're not open on Mondays. They will not be open Friday and Saturday because Friday is 4th of July, and they're going to take a long weekend. Any other time, they're open between 11 and 6 p.m.
The thing in Anchorage.
The thing in Anchorage, there's a 3D shoot in Anchorage on the 12th and 13th, which is Saturday and Sunday. I'm not taking this. I'm going to take my hunting bow with me. It's faster. I like shooting it better than I like shooting this. This is great, and it nails targets each and every time.
And it's outside.
And it's outside. I can't shoot this outside. I can, but the hunting bow is more apt to be shot outside versus a target bow. Questions, comments, suggestions? Please let me know. And Miss Sherilyn, she's always good for any comments. She's doing absolutely fantastic. I applaud her. Good job. You guys come find us. We'll talk to you later.